time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. I sadly mistaken, I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. Got my man Dave with me. We don't have Tomo today, y'all. You know, Tomo is still having fun at Cabo. Maybe because the Warriors lost, he picked the Warriors. Maybe that's why he's not here, but I don't know. But I got Dave here with me. How you doing, Dave?
Hey, I'm feeling good, but I think we need to ask the Knicks how they feel right now. I think that's a great representation of how they feel. And the Knicks is also the reason why Tomo is enjoying Cabo right now, because he picked the Knicks to win, and clearly that didn't happen. So, but I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good. It's Saturday. You know, we didn't have a show yesterday, so we substitute for Saturday. So I call it Solution Saturday. So we got solutions for all the problems that people had during the week. So turn me up. I'm ready. Heat win, advance to the conference finals. 3 of the last 4 seasons. Shout out to Eric Spo and Jimmy Butler and everyone else on the Heat. It's Bam Adebayo. So I'm feeling good. Joe, how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good too, man. Hey, Saturday episode for some reason I feel great. You know, we don't do them on weekends a lot. We got to replace Friday, so I got a lot to talk about, man. A lot of things to talk about. We got 4 games, 4 series coming down to 2 series after Sunday. So let's get started, man. So like this, if you're on watching right now, if you're on YouTube, like the YouTube video. If you're on Facebook, like the Facebook video. Also, share it with somebody y'all know that so they can come on watch live with y'all. Also, follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're on Twitter, like the tweet and actually retweet it. All right. Appreciate y'all for already in the comment section. We shout out to Tay. We see Tomo, right? He said he in the kiddie pool right now. All right. So shout out to y'all in the comment section. Hey, y'all can be involved by being in the comments. All right. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. All right. The comments fuel the show. So like those comments up. And Dave, talk about those IG chats we have going on.
Man, these IG chats have been going crazy these last few days, last few weeks, honestly. All I gotta say is I finally have the rosters for the AFC North and the NFC East. So I'll be making my decision later tonight on who team I think will win. It is not as far-fetched to say that either team is going to win, but there's some things saying that someone believes that in NFC East, most of their players will be 3rd or 4th string. I disagree with that, but you know, I'm not going to tell you what my decision is right now. I'm going to have me and my associates, you know, think about who will win this, and I'll make my decision tonight. But that's in the NFL chat. That's how it goes on. So this is the first time I've ever seen the entire NFC East band together and actually do something positive.
We still don't like each other. I'm letting them right now. Let's do it for this competition.
They don't. Just for the competition for the season, they want to see exactly how it's going to go. They say that they have the best division in football. Me personally, I don't care about my division, so I could care less about that. But that's just in the NFL chat. NBA chat has been going crazy because there's been a lot of things going on with the playoffs. So you might want to get into that chat. And then the WNBA just started. Brittany Griner had came back, scored 10 points in her debut back from playing in Russia. So shout out to Brittany Griner. Major League Baseball, my Red Sox on a 3-game losing streak. I don't like that too much. But, you know, it's early in the season. We still got some things to make up. Then we got college football. Colorado just had 5 players transfer from LSU from Florida State go to Colorado. So they lost a lot of players, but they're getting a lot of players to come in. So it looks like Colorado is going to be a powerhouse soon. Who knows? With Prime being there. And then college basketball, men and women, and then boxing, mixing with a little bit of UFC. All of these combined are refuse to lose chats, but the number one chat is the refuse to lose chat. You know, if you want to get in that chat, you got to be involved in the comment section, be in the other chats, and come on the show. You want to come on the show, you talk to one of us, let us know, and then we'll do whatever we can to make it happen. Joe?
Yes, sir. And also another shout out to Teddy. Right, Teddy dropped his first episode on Wednesday. It was live. You can go back and watch it, and we broke it up in segments. And he dropped another episode today. So a new episode just dropped, Baseball with Teddy. Make sure y'all check that one out. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. So the first topic we're going to talk about, Dave, we got to talk about those Suns losing by 30 again. Well, not losing by 30, being down by 30 again by halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Right, another situation we saw it last year for real. All right, back-to-back years they went outside, and shout out to Tomo for these topics, man. Look at his head and 4 books and the big joke. All right, so Dave, give me your takeaway. The Nuggets advance to the Western Conference Finals, second time since the bubble. Talk to us.
I had way too much faith in the Phoenix Suns. I'll say this right now. Now, and this is something that I don't normally do, because defense is one thing that I pride myself on. Joe knows this because when we play basketball outside, he knows that's the first thing I say. Look, who do you want me to check? I'll check the best player. It doesn't matter. Now, of course, I'm on the sideline right now. I'm on injured reserve like Kawhi Leonard. So, so who knows? But I will be making a return to the court soon. That's probably news to Joe, because I do remember saying I would never do it again. But
yeah, you did.
I'm rehabbing, so I'm doing whatever I can to make myself back available. But yeah, the Phoenix Suns just weren't ready to make a run this year. Like I felt like they would. I felt like because of what the additions that they made, and because they went 8-0 with KD in the regular season, that they would have a good chance to make it to the finals. But I mean, KD wasn't there this entire time. They did have a lot of things to work towards. They have no defense really. They still have one of the softest centers in the league on their team right now, who they gave a contract to, who rumors are now saying that he might be getting traded this offseason. Who knows? I think that he should have been the piece to get traded to get KD. That's my decision. But I'm not in the Phoenix front office. Also, they let go some people in their front office and 2 people on their scout team already.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think it should have been the front office. The scout team knew who to draft. The front office is the ones that traded them away. So I think that's more on the front office than the scouts. But I'm not in Phoenix. I don't make the big bucks in there. So, but the Nuggets can't take away from what they did. Jokic just balled. There was nothing they could do with Jokic. It was absolutely nothing they could do. Even in one of the losses, he had 53 in a game that they lost. So that right there was caution for me. I'm like, they let him put a 53. Yeah, they won, but they had to go crazy in order for it to happen. Him by himself pretty much matched what they did. Yeah. And then Jamal Murray stepped up. It was that Nuggets' entire team was just better than the Phoenix Suns team, plain and simple. It was better than the Phoenix Suns team. And then I feel like Monty got outcoached at times. Not necessarily because not necessarily but the X and O's, but I feel like some of the decisions he made was just a little questionable. I feel like he should have made some moves earlier in the playoff run, where he should have played some players ahead of time, and they maybe would have had a better chance. But at the end of the day, you had back-to-back seasons where your team in the second round at home is down by 30 to 2 international star players.
Oh man!
So I think Phoenix has I think the kryptonite international players. They might want to avoid them in the playoffs, because it seems like they can't do nothing with that.
Time on the comments, man.
Fix some things, Phoenix. Fix some things, or I mean, you got some room to make some moves. So fix some things, and maybe you could be in this position next year.
Dave, when we had our little debate about the Clippers, I still believe if the Clippers were healthy, they would have beat the Suns. All right.
Yeah,
I said number
I can't
one.
disagree with that now. I did before, but I can't disagree with now. With Kawhi and PG available, fully healthy, yeah, I think they win that.
This is my issue with Phoenix. All right. Now I'm not gonna kill Phoenix because I looked at this as a trial run for them. I didn't. If people had them favorites to win a championship, I never had them favorites to win a championship. All
Yeah,
right. On my not so average top five, they went in there. I ain't put them in there at all. So
that's true.
look, Devin, defense. They lack defense. That's a problem. The Nuggets were able to do whatever they want with them defensively. So because of the defense is lacking, they need Devin Booker and Kevin Durant to average 70 points combined a game for them to win. And every time they did that, both times they did that, they won. All right, and that was what they had to do in the Clipper series, average 70 points basically. So that's and they can't maintain that. I was on the phone with JMO. Shout out to JMO. I was on the phone a lot. I always say this, right? I said I told him that, and he was like, if they were able to make it to the finals and win, this would be one of the greatest finals run by two players in NBA history. Because they got to go berserk throughout the whole series just for them to get to the finals and win it. Also, I mentioned in that Clippers and Suns debate, David, chemistry, right?
Hmm.
Chemistry matters. KD is the ultimate chemistry guy. I get you. He could fit anywhere, which is true. But we can't compare this Suns team to the Golden State team. Golden State, they had a full season together, right?
Hmm.
The Brooklyn Nets, they had a full season together. It's the first time KD got traded in the middle of the year. Not only he got traded, he got hurt. So they only had like 7 games together. So they were literally figuring stuff out on the fly. All right. So that was the issue. DeAndre Ayton. I mean, I'm so disappointed in him, man. Like everybody keep killing Ayton. I don't know if you noticed, David, when you and Tom will be going on Ayton, I don't really chime in like that. But he disappointed me in game. Like it's too many times I'm seeing footage of him walking away from the huddle, of people confronting him, and he's not taking accountability. It's too many
Hmm.
times I'm seeing that happening. And a lot of times people record stuff and they post it, and it's misleading. But when you see the same thing over and over again, we saw Monty Williams yelling at him. We saw Devin Booker yelling at him. I saw a footage the other day. Kevin Durant said something to him. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Take some accountability of what you're doing. We know you're not gonna stop Jokic, but it was play. It was a play. He got hit, and he like and then he didn't get back on defense. Like it's like come on, it's the playoffs,
Yep.
guys. Get like either play or go home. So and lastly, David, what's the reason why I said I don't trust Phoenix? How they
Devin
went
Booker.
out last year, huh?
Yeah, how they went out last year, and what was Devin Booker going to do when it counted?
What Devin Booker gonna do? No, I'm not gonna kill Devin Booker. Yeah, but listen to this, man. I don't want to kill him, but I gotta mention this. I came on the show last time we was on, and I praised Devin Booker. I said he averaged 35.9 points per game in his playoffs, 5.2 rebounds, 7.1 assists, shooting 60, 51, 87% from the field. First player in NBA history to average 35, 5 and 5, or 60 plus field goal percent shooting in the playoff run. First person, praise him. And what did he do in game 6? This man, I can't believe him. He man shot 3 for 10 from the field, 15 points.
30%.
3 for 12, sorry, 3 for 12 from the field.
Even worse.
Even worse. 3 for 12 on the field, I think. And this man, 15 points. And when KD, he had some turnovers that was like, come on, KD. But you saw the fight in KD, though. I saw KD out there fighting. And Devin Booker, I'm like, come on, bro. Like, where are you when we need you the most? Like, come on. How coincidentally, you have this great series, and then on the game when they really need you, because y'all got home court. I mean, y'all don't have home court. This is on your home floor. Like, come on. And then campaign out there carrying y'all the whole first half for real.
Yeah.
So
it's an issue when campaign is carrying your offense right now.
now Monty Williams. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say it's an issue when campaign is your leading scorer, your leading player, and you got KD and Devin Booker out there on the floor. I think that's a big issue.
Man, in the first half, it was the campaign and KCP show. They both had 19 at one point in the first half. Like, dang. So, but like Monty Williams, right? I don't want to kill him too much too. He did make adjustments out the series. He did what he could. Like he like the dealt he was handed wasn't really a good hand, right? But why that's lack of preparation. That's lack of being ready for the game. 2 years in a row, you're down by 30 at home in a win or go home game in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs in the second round. Come on, man. I don't know, man. Monty, something got to change, man. Something got to change. So Phoenix Suns got a lot of work to do. CP3 injury prone like always. Aiden is in and out mentally. I mean, they got some things to do, but I didn't expect them to win the series. I had them losing in 6, and I didn't expect them to make a run this year at all, no matter who they were playing. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, I mean, I the thing about when people say they're not letting KD slide, because the comment says I'm still not letting KD slide. Man, we always turn a blind eye on him. This is different for KD. KD was traded in the middle of the season.
Play 7
Traded in the
games.
middle of the season, and he missed some games. He only played 8 regular season games with this team, so it's
Hey,
not all on KD. It's not. This is not on KD. I'm not gonna put this on KD. Now, if this happens next year and he's fully healthy, he plays a full season, he plays about 60 plus games, and they get bounced in the second round again. All right, I get it, because you saw what happened last year when he played against the Celtics. They got swept and he got manhandled last year. So I get that, but this is different. So I'm not totally putting it on him, but everything you said, Joe, I agree.
yeah, like, yeah, KD don't. I mean, you could be hard on him, but like, come on, man. Like, I didn't expect him to win, so I'm not gonna kill KD. Now next year, no excuses. You got a
Yeah,
full season, no excuses.
that's
All
something. He
right, so
under contract, so it's not like he going nowhere. He there, but I mean, what y'all gonna do with DeAndre Ayton? That's what I want to know. I feel
now
like y'all
imagine
should.
KD. Imagine KD would have stayed with the Nets, man, and they would have played that Philly team first round. They would have had a chance to beat. He would have had a chance to make a run to the finals with that Nets team, man. With him and
Yeah, when
Kyrie,
him,
like they were
him,
playing. Yeah,
Kyrie, yeah, they would have had a
they were,
chance. But
they were playing good, man. Defense was still like, I don't know, man. But we'll see. All right, let's go to our next game. So the next game we got, man, Miami Heat advanced. They advanced, like they said. He picked Miami in 6. They won at the crib in Dwayne Wade house in 6. All right.
mhm.
So Dave, it's your squad. Normally we flip flop who goes first, but Floyd, you go first. All right. So y'all won game 6, just like you predicted in the beginning of the series. Talk to. I know the first series you played in, you were a little surprised. This one you already knew was going to happen, and it actually happened the way you thought it was. So
Yeah,
talk to us about the series.
yeah. Now, this is not to say that I expected a blowout, because I said this last time that I don't expect us to blow them out. I said it would be a close game, but we're going to be at home. We're going to win. Now, everything I factored into it, I didn't know. I just knew that at the end of the day, Miami was going to find a way to close out. Jimmy did what he was supposed to do at the end, because he didn't play particularly well in the first half. In the third and fourth quarters, when he really stepped up and started being a little bit more aggressive. Now, I will say this: I will give the Knicks this credit. They played Jimmy Butler really good the last 2 or 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
They defended him very well, and that shout out to Josh Hart. Was it
Grimes.
Obi Toppin was in the game? Grimes. They
Grimes.
play him. They play him very smartly. This was something that I'll give Thibs a credit to as well, because this is something that the Bucks didn't do when Jimmy was going crazy on them. They kept putting single players on them. Thibs was like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure that I get the ball out of your hands, and you
Mm-hmm.
force other players to be able to do that." This is why I give a shout out to the team in this series, because this is a team series win. Even though Jimmy was probably more likely he was the leading scorer of the team,
He was.
it wasn't a Jimmy Butler led series. This was a team led series, because Bam Adebayo stepped up.
Yeah, he did.
He pretty much was out rebounding Mitchell Robinson like it was easy for him. Um, Also, Kevin Love has stepped up in some games. He always had some of those passes. And Kyle Lowry off the bench has played like I wanted him to, when I said that I would rather have him come off the bench than have Gabe Vincent starting. This is the lineup that I said that we feel like we have better advantage with, because Gabe Vincent is younger. He's more quicker. He plays good defense just like Kyle Lowry, even though Kyle Lowry has always been known for playing great defense. But he
Mm-hmm.
plays good enough defense. Now, I'll say this: our defense is not going to be able to stop one player. Jalen Brunson is Jalen Brunson. He's going to do what he's supposed to do. I didn't expect us to be able to shut him down to hold him under 20 points and all that. I knew he was going to go crazy. It was everyone else that I was like, all right, what are we going to do with everybody else? So Julius Randle, who everyone said he had a really good year this year in the regular season, and he did. But all I said was, what is he going to do in the playoffs? He did not do what he needed to do in the playoffs to be considered one of these really great players, or to be considered a great player or a superstar. Clearly, the best player on the team is Jalen Brunson. He's the
Yeah.
best player and the leader on the team, clearly. And the crazy thing is, he didn't even make an All NBA team, but Julius Randle did. So
Woo.
Julius Randle, I don't know what they're gonna do with you. Stephen A. want to get you out the door. Stephen A. wants you traded. I mean, I wouldn't say trade you, but hey, I'm not a Knicks fan either, so I could really care less. But all I gotta say is this was not an easy series at all. This was a tough series against a really good defensive Knicks team. But Miami pulled it off like they were supposed to. You know, Duncan Robinson had showed up when he needed to. Gabe Vincent did what he was supposed to do. Everyone stepped up when they needed to. So this was a great team win. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra, who I believe should be considered, if not the best coach in the league, one of the best coaches in the league. There's no reason why he should be underrated, because 3 out of the last 4 years, without a superstar on the team, he's gotten to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 of the last 4 years. The only time he didn't make it was after the bubble, when the off season was shortened because of COVID and all those games were played so closely. Other than that, he's been to the Eastern Conference Finals every single year with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, Dave. I like what you said in the beginning. You said this was a team win, and it was, because last series against the Bucks, it was a Jimmy series. Like Jimmy went crazy that series. But this one, they did a good, like you said, a good job, especially Grind. I thought Game 5, he did an awesome job on Jimmy Butler. He played the whole game. He was on Jimmy Butler the whole time, and he did a great job. That's why he played the whole game. Also, this man. Also, Jalen Brunson. I gotta give him his props, because I remember when they signed Jalen Brunson to the Knicks, a lot of people in the media, including your boy Stephen A. Smith, shout out to Stephen A. Smith, was like, why are we paying? I like Brunson, he's a good player, but I wanted Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Donovan Mitchell. A lot of people were mad that they got Jalen Brunson over Donovan Mitchell, and they were upset of the money they paid Jalen Brunson. But even I question, like, is Jalen Brunson really worth that money? I'm like, but they had to pay somebody, so they got Jalen Brunson. That was my mindset. And coming into the series, right, I did not know that he would play as well as he did. I mean, he was unguardable. Unguardable. Like, no matter who they put on him. And Vincent, he's a good defender. He does good against point guards, but he had no business with Jalen Brunson. They put everybody on them, they couldn't work, but it didn't matter because of Julius Randle. Julius Randle, he showed up last game. He had a pretty good game, right? Wasn't a great one, pretty good. Not an all NBA type game. He had a good game. And then he turns around in game 6, Dave. He gets to a good start. Like, he got a block. He get 2 buckets. He get into the foul line. I'm like, okay, Randle. And then the man finished like 3 from 15, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, Julius Randle. They need more from you. Now, if I'm a New York Knicks, I am getting rid of Julius Randle. This is the second time in a row. First time, the excuse was he didn't have another guy. Derrick Rose was the second guy, and Derrick Rose is Derrick Rose. Shout out to Derrick Rose. Now they gave him a guy, and he showed up, and you still didn't. Like, if Julius Randle had an okay game, they beat y'all yesterday. This is an okay game. They lost by 4 while he was playing terrible. So if I was the New York Knicks, I will get rid of Julius Randle. I really would. The coach tips, I'll get to him later. All right. But Julius Randle, I was definitely get rid of him. But shout out to Miami Heat. I had Miami Heat winning in 7. I was trying to make it tough for Dave. It didn't work. Max Strus, he showed up. Bam! You gotta get Bam some props, man. Bam been in the doghouse, been out of the doghouse. People call him bum out of body or stuff.
J-Mo started calling him bum out of bio.
One thing about Bam, he showed up in key moments. He was 9 from 20, I think, 9 for 20. But Dave, I felt like every 9 field goals he hit, each last one of them was timely, like crazy. Like New York was making a run, and then he'll get a field goal. Or New York was stretching the lead, then he'll get a field goal. I'm like, matter of fact, in the first play, like in the beginning of the game, y'all was going back and forth, nobody was scoring, and he got a dunk. So I'm like, it's like he played really good. And Mitchell Robinson was on the court for no reason because Bam was still getting his no matter what's going on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I still got that visual, that hook shot he hit last game or 2 games ago. All right. So shout out to Miami Heat, Eric Spo. I still got my man Mike Brown over you. I'm sorry. I think Mike Brown's a better coach than Eric Spo right now. All right. But no, I'm not going to say that. Eric Spo is a proven coach. But Eric Spo, the reason why I think he's not getting his props because in the regular season, he's not consistent in the regular season. Now, he does show up in the playoffs, which matters more as a coach, I believe. So he should be considered the best coach because in the playoffs, that's when coaching actually matters. All right. When they know you, I know you, you know me, I still got to out scheme you. All right. So shout out to Miami Heat. Now you got to deal with 76ers or the Boston Celtics. And Dave, no matter who coming out that series, I'm picking them.
Hey,
Not Miami.
I feel you. And I told you who I'm picking. I'm picking us in 7, no matter who we play. So I know, and I know that game 7 is going to be on the road, but I'm sticking with my guys. As Joe would say, I mean not Joe, as Jamo would say, I'm 10 toes down.
Let's get it. All right, this next series, right? So the Knicks couldn't make a 3-1 comeback, and the Warriors could not make a 3-1 comeback, right? And shout out to Tomo once again with the title, Clado. That's hilarious. So I'm gonna kick this one off, right? So let me get shout out to Mark for a second. Mark called me earlier. And we having, commanders talk, like we excited. Hey man, look at my man before got an interception in training camp. We look at all right. And then he was like, also called you about this. I'm like, okay, what Mark? LeBron, he ended the dynasty. He put them out. He ended the dynasty. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, all right. Did Bam put the Knicks out? Did Jamal Murray put out KD, No. Because Jokic was the best player, right? Butler was the best player, right? LeBron played well. He played great, matter of fact. But AD was the guy. What I was trying to tell Mark was this. The reason why the Lakers won this series is because of their defense. And 70% of their defense goes to Anthony Davis. Yeah. Anthony Davis was a problem defensively. Like, think about this. The Warriors were shooting 5 times more threes than them, hitting 2-3 times more threes than them, and they still were losing because they weren't getting no paint points. When they got into the paint, and when they touched the paint, they actually won. So AD was a huge factor in that series. All right. So I got to get the Lakers props because I did pick the Warriors in 5. And the reason why I picked the Warriors in 5 because I felt like the championship DNA would show up. I felt like the series against the Sacramento Kings prepared them mentally for the Lakers, while the Lakers had to really coast through Memphis. Memphis wasn't really a threat because of their injuries. But the Lakers, they got LeBron James. One thing about LeBron James, he's a vet. He's a champion. He's only the second best player in the NBA history. So if you put that type of player on a good team, they're gonna make some noise. You got to put respect on LeBron there at the end of the day. All right. So they do have a tall task against Denver. We're going to get to that series on Monday and talk more about that. All right. But I want to say, like, this stop it, nobody. Bron ended the dynasty. Now the dynasty might be over. All right. They were crumbling all year. You can say that the Lakers put the finishing touches on it because they did put them out, but there were signs of this dynasty crumbling all year. Jordan Poole getting punched in the face. The Warriors, they rode woes throughout the season. The only time they really won on the road for against us, because we're a young team, right? And, so they had issues all year. Jordan Poole hasn't been the same since last year after getting that contract he got. Andrew Wiggins had his fallout with his dad had the medical emergency. He was out mostly the whole year. So they had their issues all year. And the Lakers, what they did was they just snapped it. Like, it was already breaking, they just snapped it. So congrats to the Lakers. The Lakers got a good team, well-rounded team. They got players that can score on their own outside of LeBron and AD, and that's key. That's the difference between the LeBron teams in the past and the LeBron teams now. So good job, Lakers. But the Joker waiting, y'all. The Joker waiting. He hold that big Joker, and you like, I'm about to get my last book. Boom, bump. It's like, nah. So get ready for the Joker. Go ahead, Dave.
Mm. What's crazy is I've picked the Lakers in both of those series. I picked the Lakers against the Grizzlies. I picked them against the Warriors. This is where it ends.
Come on, go on, props first.
This is where it is. But in this series, this is what we have said. This was an Anthony Davis series. Anthony Davis is the reason why they beat the Warriors. Not LeBron James. Now, LeBron James in the closeout game had 39 and 9. He did what he was supposed to do.
He was aggressive in the beginning too.
Exactly. He was aggressive. But AD only had 17, still had 20 rebounds and 2 blocks. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. He forced them to have to be a shooting team. Now we know that they have shooters, so we know that that's what they're going to do. But they like to drive the ball as well, because when you drive the ball, it gives you better floor space, because now everyone else, they have to defend the paint, because then at least others open, like Steph and Clay and Jordan Poole and Dante DiVincenzo, so it leaves those players open. But that wasn't happening last night, and that was a key thing that was happening in this series. Every game that the Lakers won, that was the reason why. It's because they could not drive the ball that they wanted to. They had to become just a strictly shooting team. Now we know they're a great shooting team. We know what the Warriors are capable of, because as long as they have Steph there, they are dangerous. And that's what I was saying last night while the game was going on. I said, look, I understand the Lakers are up right now, but they still have Steph on the floor. As long as he is there, there is a chance that the Warriors can come back and win this game. But the Lakers didn't want to hear none of that. They did everything that they wanted to do and everything they needed to do. Even when Schroeder got ejected because he had 2 techs going at Draymond. Didn't matter. Austin Reeves had a good game. But now, Joe, I see what you're saying when you say he flops a lot. I've seen it plenty of times. Schroeder flops. And Darvin has to say that we don't teach flopping. I don't know what you're teaching, but it looked like flopping to me, because everybody has been doing that. But I'm not going to say the refs is the reason why they won this game or won this series, but the Lakers were just physical. They played physical defense, and they did everything that they wanted to do to win the series. AD was the reason they won, and if they were lost, it should have gone on AD, not LeBron. So don't give LeBron no credit for this. I understand LeBron is the second greatest player of all time. I get that. But he's not the reason why this dynasty might be over. It is AD and the Warriors. AD and the Lakers, not LeBron. LeBron had a great game. Like I said, he had a great game. But this is not why they won. It is because of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis did what he was supposed to do, and Jordan Poole had too much fun with ice bites.
Yeah. LeBron gets a lot of credit, but AD gets the most. LeBron gets a lot of credit, though, because LeBron's presence alone makes that Lakers team a potential championship team. His presence being there. So his aura, his teaching, his experience is just dripping on everybody. You know what I mean? So like he just pouring on everybody, and he's like another coach. I know AD is a champion, but we know he's a champion, but he's not he don't seem like a championship caliber player to me. Yeah. He's inconsistent and stuff like that. But LeBron, on the other hand, he's a championship caliber player. So having him in the locker room alone without his numbers is going to be a plus for that team. So I do want to say that about LeBron and the Warriors. Klay Thompson, man. Listen, I'm hearing a lot of this top 75 talk about Klay like recently. I never thought he was top 75. All right, I never thought he was top 75. So, and he played terrible. He had one good game. He played terrible. You said it, Dave. This was a jump shooting. They turned the Warriors to live and die by a 3 type team. They did. Mm-hmm. That's Klay's game, right?
Yep.
Can't you in this? Klay shot 38% from 3 in this series. Right? Which is pretty decent, but that's below his season average. And that's the total series. If I look at game 7 or game 6, right? Oh my gosh. Game 6, he was 2 for 12 from 3. 2 for 12 from 3. In a critical game, game 6, Clay, they like take your pick. He said, take your pick. Tyson, Michael, Jordan, game 6. Nah, bro, we talking about Jordan game 6, not Clay. All right? Everybody can talk about game 6 because game 6, Clay didn't show up at all. 2 for 12 from 3, 60% from the field, from the 3-point line. 3 for 19 from the field, 50% from the field, right? I mean, he was terrible. He was terrible. He only had 3 rebounds. He did have 5 assists. He was a minus negative 33, which is the most in the whole All Warriors team. Minus 33. So he played terrible. Steph Curry, I mean, he shot 40 from the 3 the whole series for real. 4 for 14 from the 3, 28%. I thought Steph Curry could have played better this series, but we all know that it's just a lot of what's the name? It's a lot of pressure on Steph Curry because the others are not stepping up. So Wiggins had a good game last game, but this game he didn't show up. I will give Wiggins a pass. He had a rib injury, right? He was a game time decision, but Wiggins was 2 for 8, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 from the 3-point line, and they were like wide open threes too. So, and don't get me started with Jordan Poole. Don't get me started with him. 3 for 10 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3-point line. So they were terrible in a critical game. But Jordan Poole, man, I mean, I don't know. Him, Kaminga was nowhere to be found this whole series. They didn't even play him for real. How many minutes Kaminga play this whole series? I don't even know. He played 4 games, 25 minutes the whole series. 25 minutes.
Wow.
25 minutes. But Jordan Poole, are 8 points a game? Seriously, David? 8 points a game? Shooting 25% from 3, 34% from the field? I mean, come on, bro. You had Kim K in the stands, man. You supposed to show off. What's wrong with you? You tripping. So
you had the Kardashians in the stand. You're supposed to show off. You do.
Yeah.
They say you play well when the baddies come. I guess it depends on the baddies. I guess because you got ice. I guess because you spent $500K on Ice Spice, it didn't matter anymore. So I don't know.
Man right here. $500K. That's wild. That's still wild on me. It's OC. All right.
Yeah.
It's still wild.
That is OC.
But come on, man. Like the Warriors got a lot of shaking up to do in a roster because they're small. They're too small, and they don't match up well with anybody that's big. That's why I was confident the other Kings playing them. I'm like, they small. We can beat them.
Yeah. And this is why I felt confident that the Lakers will win the series because I said, man, their size. Their size is the reason why they should win this because I mean they have LeBron and they have AD, they got Rui, they got a lot of players that got size on them that they can take advantage of, and that's why I took advantage of it. But another thing about Clay, last night, only 8 points. Not only was he 2 of 12 from 3, he was 3 of 19 from the field, and he had a negative 30. He was negative 33.
Terrible.
That's good. So much for Game 6, Clay.
Terrible, man. But good. Congrats to the Lakers. They were a laughing stock in our group chat, and now they're in the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
Let's get it. Shout out to Pelinka. All right. So our next topic. Let's talk about Game 7, Dave. Game 7. Do or die.
Winner take all.
Hey, whoever win this game, they playing Miami. Who you have winning after that collapse the Sixers had Game 6? Who you have winning Game 7? Celtics or the Sixers?
I think this is all about momentum. I think the 76ers gave up their momentum by losing that game. And the fact that, they were down early, came back and took the lead, and then gave it back. So I think that team is dejected.
Woo!
I think the Celtics win this game at home. I think the Celtics close this game out at home, and they open the series to play Miami. I think tomorrow night Celtics win. Now, this is not me saying that I'm rooting for the Celtics because that's not the case.
Make that clear.
Let me make that clear. I am not rooting for the Celtics whatsoever. I want to play the Celtics because I want Jimmy to get his revenge. But I'm perfectly fine with us playing against Philly as well. Bibby, we need you on the show. I know we said this in the NBA chat, but we need you on the show, baby. You would be a great addition to the Refuse to Lose chat. Now, back to what I was saying. I don't think Philly can do it. Philly can win. But
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like the momentum is gone from them now. I feel like the momentum is gone. For one, little baby won at the game. As Tomo would say. So they lost that. They lost that because little baby wasn't at the game. So he needs some help. James Harden needs some help. He needs somebody there that that's going to go to a strip club with him afterwards. That he play well. But to be serious, man, I think the Celtics are going to win this game. I think they're going to close it out. Now, I think I got a feeling that Jaylen Brown and Tatum is going to play well. And the thing is, Tatum didn't even play well throughout the first three quarters, but ended up having 16 points in the fourth when it mattered. I think he hit 3 threes in the key points of that game, gained the lead and extended the lead with the 2 other threes. That took the air out of Philly. It got really quiet after that. And the Celtics just took advantage of that, man. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, I think they're going to do whatever they need to do to close out this game and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, Game 6 was horrible for the Sixers. They had an opportunity to close it out at home, up 3-2, and they scored 1 point in the last 6 minutes. And Joel Embiid barely touched the ball. James Harden in that game. Terrible. James Harden, 0 for 6 from 3, 4 for 16 from the field. I came on the show, I said, Harden ain't got to be 40-point Harden. Just don't play bad. Just don't play bad, and the Sixers are beating the Celtics. But guess what he did? He played bad. Played terrible. Now, I got the Celtics winning because I picked on the win anyway. But listen to this, David. I'm hoping the Sixers win because of J-Mo, obviously. But Doc Rivers better win. Listen to this track record. I know you already know, but let me break it down for the viewers out there.
Mm-hmm.
In 2003, Doc Rivers, in the first round, when he coached Orlando Magic with Tracy McGrady, he went against the Detroit Pistons up 3-1. T-Mac famous finally felt good to get out the first round. And what they do? They go and lose 3 games straight, and they lose that series. Bounce. Mm-hmm. 2009, second round, when he coached Boston Celtics. Second round, without KG, went up 3-2 on the Orlando Magic. Guess what they did, David? Lost 2 straight while scoring the least amount of points they scored throughout the whole series. Game 6, they scored 75 points total. And game 7, I think they scored like 86 points total. And they lost by 20 at home in game 7. 19 to be exact. In 2010, they go up 3-2 against Kobe in the finals. Kobe's legacy is written because of the Celtics. They blew 2 games in a row. 2012, they up 3-2 against Miami Heat. LeBron James' legacy rewritten because of the Celtics. They had an opportunity to end y'all because y'all had lost a year previously to Dallas, and they was up 3-2 on y'all, and they was like, man, they lose this game, they're going to break up Miami Heat after 2 years. And what did happen? They dropped 2 games in a row, including game 6 beating at home. Got killed.
Mm-hmm. Brown put a 45 in that game. Balled out against them.
Balled out. That little jump.
Mm-hmm. That boy was serious in that game.
I'm not finished, though. 2015. Now, this is probably the worst one, David. Everybody talks about the 3-1 leads, comebacks, and all this stuff, and this is the least one that gets talked about. This one is crazy. In 2012, his name is Glenn. In 2015, in the second round, up 3-1 against James Harden's Houston Rockets. David, I watched this live. I remember this happening. They lose game 5, so now it's 3-2. They are in Houston, right? And they are up, David, with 3 minutes left in the third quarter, 87-68. All you got to do is finish the game out and you move to the next round. Guess what happened? The rest of the game, they got outscored 51-20. They lost 119-107. And guess who led the way, David? On Houston Rockets. Guess who led the way? You know what's funny? James Harden didn't even play the rest of the game. He didn't even play, David. They got killed by Dwight Howard, Terrence Jones, Corey Brewer, Trevor Ariza, Josh Smith, Jason Terry.
Mm.
Those were the people that scored. And James Harden didn't even play the rest of the game. And then we all know about this one, David, in 2020 versus the Nuggets. You are 3-1 against the Nuggets with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and y'all had double digits leads in each game and lost each game.
Yep.
By basically almost double digits. So he better win. If the Sixers don't win, oh my God, add this to the resume. Add this to the resume of blowing a 3-1, 3-2 lead. Because Doc Rivers is famous for that. All right. He didn't have his team ready yesterday or day before yesterday. They weren't ready. Boston came out super physical, right? Boston came out swinging. Missoula made a huge adjustment, put Robert Williams and Al Horford in the start lineup. So we know we're not going to W with Al Horford and Marcus Smart. We're going to W with Robert Williams and Al Horford. And B, what you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. So I got to give Missoula props for that, for making that adjustment. What adjustment did Doc Rivers make? He would revert back to the old Doc Rivers blowing a 3-2 lead. So I got the Celtics winning. I hope the Sixers win, but I got the Celtics winning.
Yep, I got the Celtics winning too. I know we talked about this topic already, but I got to talk about this comment. Tomo, I know you're not on the show today. LeBron is not going over MJ if he wins his 5th ring. For 4-1. If he wins this ring, he better go crazy. He better be the Finals MVP, because what it looks like right now, it don't look like he's going to be the Finals MVP. It looks like it's going to be AD. So if they get past the Nuggets, and if they win the Finals, I think AD would be Finals MVP, not LeBron.
But
he's not getting over MJ. No.
But here's the thing though. All right, the comment said for the listeners, LeBron win this ring, he steps over Jordan. 6-5. Like, it's not like he about to get 7. He still got 5. He played 21 years to Jordan's 15, and he still got less rings. Why are we trying to push the narrative of Jordan not over LeBron? If you really think LeBron is better than Jordan, I got LeBron second all time. No hate here. It's just a fact. But if you think that LeBron has a chance this year to pass Jordan, come on the show. We can talk about it. That's all I gotta say. Come on the show and we can talk about it. All right. So
we've been waiting for this debate. No one has been brave enough to come on this show yet.
Yeah, they're not gonna come on.
So we waiting. The challenge is out there. I'm going to be the referee. The challenge is out there. So let's see what happens.
They won't come on, David. They won't come on. Stay in the comments, all right? Stay in the comments. All right. So let's go to your doghouse, Dave. Let me get your floor. It's been a while. The floor is yours.
It has been. It has been a while, and I got a few candidates today. It ain't just not one, not two, but 3. So, first candidate to the door, to the doghouse. Someone that we talked about on the show already. Back-to-back seasons, his team got bounced in the second round, and he played terrible. He played terrible in the closeout game. One of my favorite players in the game, but you got to be held accountable for what you do as a player. Devin Booker, my guy, you in the doghouse. Like I just said, back-to-back seasons, your team at home, when they need you the most, you don't show up. And this comment right here also explains it, because we don't even talk about the final series. When y'all allow Giannis, when Monty allowed Giannis to go for 50 in a closeout game 6 game, I think you only had 19 points, 15 to 19 points in that finals game. And then the closeout game against the Mavericks last year, when it was game 7 at your house, you're down by 30 at home, you lose. Against the Nuggets this year, down by 30, you lose. What did you do? Did you score 20? Nope. Did you shoot well? Nope. You the leader of the team. We know KD not the leader. KD don't want to be the leader, so it's on you. Now, I understand you got a soft DeAndre Ayton on your team, and CP3 wasn't there, but CP3 was there last year. and you got blown out. And you had KD this time, and you got blown out. Devin Booker, you're in the doghouse. You on mute, Joe.
Yeah, so my reason that I think he should be in there. Talk to the media, man.
That too.
Talk
I
to the
didn't
media.
even get a chance to mention that. I'm glad you
Go
said
ahead.
that, Joe. I'm glad you
Go
said
ahead.
that. I forgot about that. Also, I put Dylan Brooks and John Morant in the house for the same exact thing, for not talking to the media after a loss. Devin Booker, you better than that. Last year, you did that. Last year, after y'all lost against the Mavericks, you talked to the media. But this time, you was nowhere to be found. You can't be that player to talk trash to other players and be all ball in other players' face. And then when it comes to time for you to be accountable for what happened, you don't talk to the media. Nah, you got to keep that same energy. Talk to the media after a win and a loss. It happens to everybody. It happens to the greatest of them all, and they still make themselves available for the media. So come on now, I can't give you a pass. Not giving you a pass. It's not happening.
I like this comment. He said he mad Call of Duty ain't giving him a package like KD. That was funny. All right, but yeah, man, like you gotta talk to the media, man. Like you gotta show up, and this is the reason why I didn't believe in Booker though, for real. Because last year, if I recall, against Luka, he was mocking Luka. He shot a layup and he acted like he was complaining to the ref, act like he was flopping, mocking Luka. And then Luka turned around and won 2 games while outscoring your whole team in the first half
Mm-hmm.
in the game 7. So I didn't like how they went out last year, and I definitely don't like how they went out this year in front of their fans. Like when I was watching that game, it was quiet. Like you couldn't hear not one person talk in that arena. So Devin Booker, good job, Dave. He deservedly belongs here.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
Now, for my second candidate in the doghouse, this person had one really good game. Had a shot that a lot of people said that, some people questioned, some people didn't, just because of who he is, the kind of shooter he is, the team he plays with. I get it. He got a contract this year. He got knocked out early in the season by his own teammate. But, I mean, you got a contract, so this is why you had one game where you had 21 points. And then the rest of the series combined, you had about 28, 29 points. Jordan Poole, my guy, you in the doghouse.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
You got a big contract. You got a big contract this offseason. They paid you money because they felt like you were one of the best teams in you got something called pool party. What happened to the pool party? Was it dry? Is it cold outside now? Is the winter? Did they close the pool up?
My guy, you in the doghouse.
Because it seemed like they locked the gates. They locked the gates. You went shopping with Ice Spice, spent $500K, and now they're like, you need to be doing a $500K run because you went missing on the court when they needed you the most. Made terrible play after play after play, bad shots, bad layups. You just made bad decisions. Jordan Poole, you got to do better next year. This team might be broken up, not because of you, but the team might be broken up, and you're going to be one of the key players. So if you want to continue to be one of the best players in the league, because you may or may not be starting next year, depending on what they did with Klay Thompson. Who knows what happens? What you going to do? Are you going to step up? Are you going to continue this dynasty? Because Steph is still there. Steph is not going anywhere. Steph is the Warriors, plain and simple. Steph is not going anywhere. Draymond might still be there. Who knows what happens with him? Him and Klay are really the toss-up. We don't know what's going to happen with him and Klay. But we know you and Steph are under contract. So what you going to do? I mean, Carl said he didn't expect much from you anyway because you went to Michigan. But
of course.
But, I could care less about that. All I'm talking about is what I seen, and you played terrible. So, Jordan Poole, you are in the doghouse.
So in Jordan Poole, listen to this. His contract year when he got paid, he averaged 17 points per game in the playoffs. This year, 10 points. 2.8 rebounds last year. This year, 2.2. 3.8 assists last year. 3.5 this year. He also took 11 shots a game last year. Took 10 shots a game this year. But last year he shot 50%, 50.8 to be exact. This year, 34.1. Terrible. From three, right? He shot 39.1% from three last year in the playoffs. This year, 25%. Even the free throw line, he was a best free throw shooter over Steph. 91%, 91.5% last year in the playoffs. This year, this man shot 76% in a half. Terrible. So the man digressed. He went backwards. All right, he went backwards. All right, so I don't know what the words. They can't probably do nothing because they just signed him. They got to stick with him and trust him. Now he did come into the playoffs with an injury, but I'm sorry, man, you out there. You can't take that big of a dip. So now Tomo calls it a kiddie pool. So it's a kiddie pool until this dude grow up in the playoffs. All right, so keep talking.
Sorry, it's like you ain't an adult no more now, man. You kiddie pool it is now. Got the kiddie pool party. It's not much of a party. I guess they just got a couple of treats there, but no Casamigos.
No Casamigos
at all. Now, my last doghouse inductee of the day. One of the, do I want to say premier coaches? I think one of the most respected coaches. I'll say that. One of the most respected coaches in the league. Has won coaches of the year before. You know, he's coached players like Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, Joakim Noah. He's coached some really good players, some really tough teams, and we know his team's always been known for defense, and rebounding, playing good in the paint. This year he had a team that finished top 5 in the league in the East. Had one of his players get an All-NBA team, signed Jalen Brunson to a really good contract that a lot of people questioned, but he proved to be that he was worth that contract. But you made some decisions in this playoffs that were very questionable. Coach Tom Thibodeau, my guy, you in the doghouse. Now you made some coaching. You made some coaching decisions that were very questionable. Now, you did some good things by making sure that you didn't let Jimmy beat the team. That's one thing you did good. I'll give you praise for that. But you needed some shooting on your floor. One thing that you have always been known for, like I said, is rebounding and defense. And now, this is not to say that your team didn't play good defense this year or even in this series. They played good defense in the series. But our team just played better. Your bench alone got outscored by Kyle Lowry himself. And that's just not how he comes off the bench as well. So how do you let a bench player outscore your entire bench? And even in the games that you won, your bench still wasn't good. The games that you won, the reason why you won was because of one person, and that's Jalen Brunson. Julius Randle had one good game, but that's it. And then the last game that they won because Jalen Brunson and Grimes played the entire game. If it wasn't for that, you might have lost that game too. But Joe also has some things that he had to say about them, so I'm going to let him take over.
Man. See, Carl, I'm with you with Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle need to be on your done sign because he's done in New York, I believe. I think they should get rid of him and get somebody else. Now, when it comes to Tibbs, man, my issue with Tibbs is this. He made some adjustments, right? Number one, you won a game playing Jalen Brunson and Grimes the whole game, right? You turn around, you take Brunson out. Miami goes to a zone, so you take Brunson out. And these NBA players look like they don't know how to break a zone. Everybody's sitting at the three-point line. Nobody flashes to the middle. My highest level of basketball playing is high school basketball, and I know how to break a zone. So when I see NBA players, knowing that Miami Heat runs a lot of zone, so this is something that we should be working on in practice, working on in walkthroughs. Miami runs a lot of zone, and they don't know how to break it. They were down by 10. When y'all went in that zone and they took Brunson out, y'all came back into the lead.
Mm-hmm.
So, number one, why are you taking Brunson out? Let him play the whole game to do or die game. I need 7 after that. So, my other thing was I was mad at Tibbs about. I've been preaching all series. You need to switch it up and add more shooting to the floor. I know Emmanuel quickly was injured. That's a big loss for y'all. But I said, we need to see Brunson, Grimes, Obi Toppin on the floor at all times because they stretch the floor out. While Mitchell Robinson is playing all these minutes, Mitchell Robinson played 26 minutes a game while Obi Toppin played 14 minutes. And game 6 is now, Obi Toppin came in the game, David, his back-to-back corner threes. And then what Tibbs do? Take him out.
Yep, benched him.
I'm like, what you doing, man? Like, come on. He took him out. And I look at Mitchell Robinson. This series, he averaged 8 rebounds a game. Julius Randle averaged more rebounds than him. I said, make your front line be Randle and Obi Toppin. 8 rebounds a game. Wow, Obi Toppin 4 rebounds a game, and he basically almost half the minutes he played. Like what? Like Mitchell Robinson can't shoot free throws. It's a lot of times when they were driving and dumping to Mitchell Robinson. He's fumbling the ball out of bounds. I'm like, bro, get somebody else in the game. Like, that's my issue with Tibbs. It's like he's stubborn. It's like he seems like a stubborn head coach. Like, this is my way of winning, and this is what I'm gonna go with. That's what it seemed like. When you look at Spo, he mixing it up. I mean, that's what coaches do. You mix it up. When I watched Sacramento Kings, Mike Brown, you mix it up. Mike Brown said, listen, man, Davion Mitchell, I love you, man. You're doing a great job on stuff, but he's still averaging 30. I mean, you're doing an awesome job, but he's still averaging 30. We need more shooting. Hey, TD, go get Davion Mitchell. Switch it up. Trey Lyles, go get Sabonis, our second best player on the team. Trey Lyles played more minutes than Sabonis in game 6. And we got the dog playing small ball. Tibbs, you got to make some adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a shirt that said coach on it. I was going to put it on just for a segment. Because I was coaching for my TV. I felt I was doing a better job with Tibbs. But I'm not going to disrespect Tibbs. He's a Hall of Fame type coach, all right? So, but my thing is he had – Carl, there you go. Tibbs is for sure stubborn. That's what it looked like. That's exactly what it looked like. So they did a great job defensively on Miami, but offensively was the problem. Y'all couldn't score outside of Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I got to say about him.
Yep. And that's what I said. That's what I said about our segment. I said it's not like y'all didn't play good defense. It's just the offense wasn't there. You didn't make the adjustments that you needed to make. And Tibbs, I can't really say I expected more from you because this is the Tibbs that I know. When you were in Chicago, I did. I mentioned that in Chicago. This is what you did when you had Derrick Rose, Luau Deng, Carlos Boozer, Joakim. This is what you did. You preached defense and rebounding. It's great for the regular season, but it ain't gonna help you in playoff time when you need scoring and shooting.
And also, David, to add to that, Miami Heat is a gritty team too. You're not gonna get away with what you got away with the Cavs. The Cavs ain't as gritty as they're a good defensive team, but they young. This is a proven Miami Heat team who's been in Eastern Conference Finals 3 of the last 4 years. Now they are 2 of the last 4 years when y'all played them. They get tough. They tough. They're tough to beat. They're gonna play hard, so you can't depend on offensive rebounds, second chance points, and shooting a low field goal percentage to win games against Miami. No, you need some offense out there because Miami's roster is not great. New York roster is actually probably better than Miami. For real, you look at the top to bottom, but they got our coach. Straight up got our coach. And Brunson was the leading scorer of everybody. How y'all still lose? Like, it's crazy. Brunson had a great game yesterday. He was really efficient from the field, all that stuff. Even though he did fumble the bag in that last play, but I'm not gonna put down Brunson. He carried him the whole game.
He had 41. He had 41 in the game 6 game in the do or die game. So this is not on him at all. He did everything he was supposed to do. It was everybody else.
Okay, I see this comment. Tay, give me 2 weeks to get my affairs in order, and I'll be the one to debate the MJ LeBron. Okay.
I'm here for it.
2 weeks.
I'm here for it. 2 weeks. We're giving to you now. Today is Saturday, May 13th. 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks.
Was that a
27th.
That's your deadline.
That's the deadline. That's the deadline for you to be ready. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be reminding you. You know me. I find people.
That's Memorial Day weekend too.
Memorial Day weekend. Look, I found Devin when he was talking about Randall and Jimmy Butler. I found Vaughn. Vaughn, look. You got push-ups to do, Vaughn. That's 100 push-ups you got to do, Vaughn. You said double or nothing. Now you lost another bet from me. That's 2 bets you done lost from me. I think you might want to stop. You got another one already. You might want to give it up. Okay.
Call the gambling numbers.
Yeah. Keep the parlays, but the personal bets you might want to leave that alone. Also, my brother Tony, you owe me 40 because you betted me that the Warriors was going to beat the Lakers in 7. Didn't happen. The Lakers won
Dylan
in
Brooks
6.
now? You gotta give you 40?
Hey, give me 40. I need that. But shout out to everybody that's been in the comment section, man. A shout out to my boy Carl. Me and him let y'all know that Jimmy that the Miami Heat was going to win in 6, and it happened. So, Kevo, sorry, your Knicks lost. Tomo, sorry, the Knicks lost. And to those Boston fans, take care of business tomorrow so I can see you in the Eastern Conference Final.
It sounds like you just gave your last hooray. Like you just went around like your last finishing speech. Heat in 6? Come on, Carl.
Nah, I'm not going to say in 6. I'm not saying 6.
Stop
7.
the cap.
I'm going 7. I'm not going 6. 7.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see Sunday.
I respect these 2 teams too much. It's going to go 7.
They play on Mother's Day too, so it's kind of like I got a wife and a mom, so it's like,
hey, look,
and the mother-in-law.
I don't have a wife yet, but I have someone in the wings that will be, and I do have a mom. I have my son's mom, of course, so that counts. But just letting you know, I'm gonna be watching that game.
I will too.
I'm watching that game
like this with it on the phone. All right. So let's wrap this up, man. Wrap this up. So, hey, listen, y'all been in that comment section. We appreciate y'all. But look, if you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, like the video, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go on Facebook right now and hit the follow button under Refuse to Lose Sports. All right. The followers are growing also. Also, if you're on Twitter, if you have a Twitter account, at R2L Sports. Go on Twitter right now. Like the video, like the show tweet, and retweet it. Retweet it with a quote, put some fire emojis, put some tune in, put your feet, put some on there. All right? If you can. Appreciate that. Also, appreciate y'all for using the comment section. Y'all been lit in the comments. Right now, we got 653 subscribers. All right. I just feel like we just gave the announcement we got 600. So we got 653 already. Climbing up to 700, climbing to 1,000 very soon. So I'm excited about that, right? Also, it was 150,000 views, right? 150,000 views, right? We had just did. Also, shout out to Baseball with Teddy. Baseball with Teddy, y'all. Hey, another episode dropped today. Make sure you go on YouTube. Actually, it's not on Facebook yet, but it will be on Facebook today. Just look out for that. But make sure y'all go in there and tune in on the episode of Baseball with Teddy. We're going to break it up in segments today also. Tune in to that. It's going to be great. And shout out to Teddy for that. And Dave, talk about those IG chats we got going on.
Hey, man, like I said before in the show, these IG chats have been lit, man. Shout out to everybody that's in these IG chats. Shout out to Mike, who's the newest Boston Celtics fan that's entered the chat. He's been in there no matter what. Shout out to Tay, who's claiming himself to be the Troll King, but Joe says that you got to have your facts straight before you actually call yourself the Troll. You can't be trolling.
He the troll thing, Yeah. I guess that's what he want to be. That's troll.
Yeah. So, but shout out to you, Carl, Tomo, Vaughn, JMO, everyone that's been in the chats. Cavo, Blaze, who makes his appearance every now and then, but I know my man Blaze be taking care of business. But I know me and Blaze are hurting right now because Phoenix, lost. So I guess Tomo was right. It all depends on you got to be careful who you bought this shit with.
You hear about Dragon Ball Z? No man had Krillin and Piccolo try to do the little fusion. Come on, bro. You can't do a Piccolo and
that's right.
You ain't beating nobody, bro. Y'all ain't beating nobody. You gotta get Gohan and Goku, Vegeta and Go. Come on, bro.
That's right. That's facts. So, but yeah, man, it's been a heck of a time so far. Like Joe said, we are 47 subscribers away from 700, close to 1,000. We have over 3,500 watch hours now. We're getting very close, very, very close to being monetized. We appreciate y'all for everything y'all have done. Also, I do my best to say this every time. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. Shout out to everyone that has gone through something or is going through something. Just to let you know that you are important and you can make it through. Just be careful of what you say when you talk to yourself.
All right. And last words. Commanders, we are commanders. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Commanders, Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry, we here, man. I know we got this AFC North, NFC East debate going on in the chat, but listen, at the end of the day, I don't care about none of those NFC East teams, all right? It's Commanders all day. That's all I got to say. And Sacramento, I'm watching y'all this offseason. They're going to make some moves, but I do want to give a shout out to my mother, Heidi. I'm sorry, my wife, Heidi. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Heidi. Happy Mother's Day to my beautiful wife. She's a mother of 4 of our kids, right? Shout out to her. All right. I want to give a shout out to my mother-in-law. All right. I'm not going to say her name. You know, it's kind of disrespectful to call them by their name. But, you know, so give a shout out to her for doing an awesome job with, you know, with our kids, with, you know, raising my wife, making her who she is so I can marry this great woman, right? And last but not least, I gotta give the biggest shout out to my mom, to my mother, right? I want to give a shout out to her. Mom, I love you if you're watching. Appreciate you. You still gotta tell me what you want for tomorrow, right? Don't wait too last minute because you know you might break a brother's pockets, all right? But you gotta let me know what you want, all right? So shout out to my moms, shout out to everybody, shout out to my sister too. She's a mom, all right? Shout out to her. But I just want to give a shout out to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. You are appreciated.
Yeah, like Joe said, so it's a lot of women in my life. So I'm gonna just do my family because it's so many women in my life. So my sister Donita, shout out to you. You to me the strongest of the 5 of us that we have because you have the most. You've been through the most, and you do whatever that needs to be done for you and your kids. You already have one that graduated college. You have another one that's about to graduate college. You're doing everything you need to do as a woman, so shout out to you. My sister Charmaine, who's due to have another boy. So shout out to you, Sherman. You know, that's what I call you, Sherman. So shout out to you, and I appreciate you for allowing me to be the godfather again and being able to name my nephew. So I appreciate you for that. Shout out to my mom, of course, because without you, none of us would be here. I appreciate you for everything that you've done. Let you know I love you, and please take care. And to all the other women in my life, my son's mom, every single woman that's been involved, that I love, just know I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for everything, and happy Mother's Day. I got all your gifts already. So who's ever getting a gift, just know I got you taken care of already. So bang, bang.
That's good. All right. That's all we got for y'all today. And we will see y'all Monday, next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.